Hello students, this is chemistry session for class 10th. As you know, in the last class I had discussed some questions from NCERT in text, and on page number 33 I had discussed 3 questions and 2 questions were left to discuss. And so let us start from those questions, and this is question number 4 and it is on page 33. Okay. And this question is, what will happen if sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated? Here is what will happen if solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated. Give the chemical equation for the reaction involved. So, as you know, what will happen when solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated? Actually, when solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated, it produces carbon dioxide gas along with the formation of sodium carbonate and water. Okay. So, when sodium hydrogen carbonate, when solution of sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated, it produces sodium carbonate carbon dioxide and water. Okay. And second part of this question is, give the chemical equation for the reaction involved. So, we can write this. Second part is chemical equation. NaHCO3, this is sodium hydrogen carbonate. When it is heated, it produces sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay. And this reaction is not balanced now. So, you can very easily balance. As you can see, Na2 means 2 sodium atom, and here you can see there is 1 sodium atom. So, multiply it by 2. So, now the whole reaction is balanced now. Now, you can take a screenshot of it. Now, the next question is question number 5 on the same page. Write an equation to show the reaction between plaster of Paris and water. Okay. So, in this reaction you have to write balanced chemical equation between plaster of Paris and water. So, first of all, can you tell the formula of plaster of Paris? This is actually CaSO4 dot half H2O. This is calcium sulphate hemihydrate, and this is plaster of Paris, and it react with water 1 and half H2O. So, when water react with the plaster of Paris, then it again form CaSO4 dot 2H2O, calcium sulphate dihydrate. This is actually gypsum. Okay, and this is plaster of Paris. So, when plaster of Paris react with water, it forms gypsum, which is a hard substance. Okay. Now, you can again take a screenshot of it. Now, we move on NCERT and exercise questions. Today, we will take some questions from NCERT and exercise. And now, the first question is question number 7 from NCERT and exercise. It is question number 7 from end exercise, and this question is why does distilled water not conduct electricity while rainwater does. Okay. This is the question. Why does distilled water not conduct electricity, whereas rainwater does? Means rainwater can conduct electricity. give the reason. So, actually distilled water does not contain any dissolved salt, so it cannot produce hydrogen ions or any type of ions. But rainwater contains some acids or some salts get dissolved in that, so that can produce hydrogen ion, and that is why rainwater can conduct electricity. So, you can write this answer like, since distilled water cannot produce any hydrogen ions, so it cannot conduct electricity. Okay. On the other hand, rainwater contains some acids, so it can produce hydrogen ions. That's why it can conduct electricity. Okay. So, because distilled water does not contain any hydrogen ion or any type of ion, that is why distilled water does not conduct electricity. On the other hand, rainwater contains some acid, and so it produces hydrogen ion, and due to presence of these ions it can conduct electricity. Okay. And now, the next question is, it is question number 8. Why do acids not show acidic character in absence of water? This is the question. Why do acids not show acidic character in absence of water? So, actually in absence of water, hydrogen ions are not produced from the acid. So, the acid cannot show acidic character. Okay. So, the answer is, since in the absence of water, it cannot produce hydrogen ion This is H plus hydrogen ions. So it cannot conduct, it cannot show acidic character. Okay. So this is because in absence of water it cannot produce hydrogen ions, so it cannot show acidic character. Now you can take a screenshot of it. Now the next question is question number 11. It is question number 11. Fresh milk has pH 6. What do you think? What do you think its pH will change when it changes into curd? Give reason. For your answer. This is the complete question. If fresh milk has pH value 6, and what do you think its pH will change when it turns into curd or when it changes into curd? Give reason for your answer. So as you can see, fresh milk, it has pH 6. So can you tell what is the nature of this milk? Obviously it is acidic in nature. Okay. So fresh milk is acidic in nature. Okay, because its pH value is less than 6. So when milk, which is fresh milk, it has pH value 6, it changes into curd, then what will happen to its pH? As you know, due to some bacteria, they produce some acid, and due to that curding of milk is done. So milk changes into curd in presence of some lactobacillus bacteria, which produces some acid, and it means some acid get mixed with the fresh milk. So what will happen to the pH? Can you guess it? Its pH will decrease because it is already acidic, and when some acid is added to it, then its pH value get decreased. Okay. So curd has less pH value because it is more acidic. So its pH value pH value decreases. Okay. So, you can conclude this answer like this: since fresh milk has pH 6, so it is acidic in nature, acidic in nature. So, when it changes into curd, when it changes into curd, the pH value decreases. Okay, because you can write, because the curd is more sour, okay, in taste actually. Now, you can take a screenshot of it. So, you can see this content has minor mistakes as its pH will change, and here it is acidic in nature. So, it changes into curd, the pH value decreases because the curd is more sour. Okay. Now, this session is completed, and we will discuss some more questions in the next class. Thank you, students.